Share your screen.
I will share my screen. All right. Present. Oh, that's one is too far, and I will move this over here. And I believe students will start to come into the meeting. Will I be able to tell if it is in? All right. I guess we're gonna get right into it. So, wait, am I able to see if there's students in here or not?
You should be able to see down and says participants.
Okay, I see you and I in here.
Yep.
You want to wait a minute or two before we kind of hop into it?
You can roll it.
Okay, sounds good. And I have to hit broadcast first. Let me do that.
It is rolling already.
Oh, it's already. Yeah, that's right. I did hit. You're right. Okay, now I'm here. Good. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all Ohio students, sponsored by the Ohio Association for College Admission Counseling and StriveScan. Really appreciate you joining us this evening. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at oacac.org. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, oacac.org. Now, I would like to turn it over to our presenter, Antonio, who will begin by sharing his screen.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. My name is Antonio. I'm an assistant director of admissions at Maryville University. We're located about 20 minutes west of the Mississippi, so Mississippi being where St. Louis starts in Missouri. And we're located 20 miles west of the Arch, actually, in St. Louis. Small liberal arts university. We were originally founded in 1872. We're one of the oldest private institutions actually in the region. But the cool part is that we actually moved to our physical campus in the early 50s. We were originally founded as an all-female Catholic school. When we moved to our campus in the early 50s, we actually separated from the church as well as we became co-educational. We still have a chapel on our campus, so therefore students are willing or wanting to participate in some religious services. We still host a wide range of close to 4 different religious services throughout the week. With that said, our total enrollment is a little bit over 10,000 students. That includes our online, postgraduate, as well as graduate population, but our traditional on-campus population is roughly about 2,800. We do have all 50 states represented in our on-campus population, as well as 58 different countries. Cool part is that roughly about 10% of our total population is actually international students in our campus, which is super nice. Granted, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, the bulk of our international students are actually Canadians, as we do have men's and women's ice hockey, as well as men's and women's lacrosse, which is super cool. You'll be hearing a lot of A on campus, which is kind of interesting at first, but once you get used to it, it's actually pretty fun to engage with people from other cultures. Maryville University, academic programs and as well as academic degrees. So we do have 4 different colleges. We do have the College of Arts and Science, the School of Health Profession, School of Education, as well as School of Business. We do have a little bit over 90 different program combinations that our students can choose from. And 90% of our faculty holds a PhD or terminal degree within the specific field, which is super interesting that nowadays we're being taught by this highly educated people. But as we all know, the gateway of the education nowadays, actually the internet, so we can Google anything and fact check any professor at any time, which is super nice, as well as gives out an open conversation dialogue in the classroom, as well as an interesting conversation, which is super nice. But with that said, our faculty, 90% of the faculty actually hold PhD or terminal degree, which it means they're the gatekeepers of education, if you want to put that into context. With that said, we'll move on to the student experience, right? In the classroom, approximately between 15 to 20 students is the average class size. Average class size, to be quite frankly honest with you, right around 17 students. With that said, we have classes are usually capped at 25 students, so it will be you and 24 other students in the classroom at the max. And then we also have one of our biggest class, which is actually will be right around 44 students. We do not have a lecture hall in our campus, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to engage with the faculty, which is super nice, that you'll actually get more of that one-on-one that you will get in a larger institution. Backtracking a little bit, the biggest class, which I told you has around 44 students, it actually has 3 faculties. They're actually teaching the class, and it's your intro to university studies. So it's like your transition class from high school to college, which is very, very essential for students to take. We do have innovative learning spaces, as you guys can see in that picture. That's an image of an actual classroom in our institution, which we have gone away from the traditional, whether it be theater style or big lecture style classroom. We keep it a little bit more intimate, therefore the students and the faculty have the opportunity of actually interacting with each other, as well as being able to collaborate with diverse student populations, whether it be students from all over the world who are in your class, or just students from different backgrounds as well. And essentially, the goal is to take the skills that you learn in the classroom onto internship and potentially jobs eventually, which is kind of very important in this day and age, being able to transition from college to the workforce right away. Active learning ecosystem. So we are an Apple certified school, and we're actually an Apple distinguished school. With that said, 100% of our incoming freshmen will receive an iPad as well as an Apple Pencil. And it's yours to keep whenever you graduate, which is also super nice. It will contain your textbooks, class notes, homework, and then you'll be able to provide, be able to do all your homework in it, as well as elaborate and provide communication feedback for your peers instantly in the classroom. Books are already included in tuition and fees, which I'll touch a little bit more here in a second. Roughly about 38% of your books are actually in digital forms, and those will download automatically with a code once you register for the class. The other ones, you just go pick them up at the bookstore, or if you register for classes early enough, they'll actually deliver them to your dorm room or residential hall, which is also very nice. Residential life. About 70% of our incoming freshmen actually live on our campus their first year. We have a couple different options. Mouton Hall being your traditional dormitory style, where you share a room with someone else and then the bathroom with the hallway. Typically, what would you see, you guys will all see in the movies, where you see someone walk into the restroom with their shower caddy and their rope, which is super nice. Kind of an open door policy, so you not only have like essentially just one roommate. It feels like a community feeling more than anything. We also have Potter Hall, which about 10 years ago, it used to be a courtyard by Marriott. The best way to describe it is you'll share a hotel room, size room with someone, and then the bathroom with that one person. And then we also managed to save close to 5 of the suites actually of the hotel, which we are able to accommodate 3 students, and they share one bathroom. My personal opinion, probably Potter Hall is probably the coolest place in our campus, as some of the rooms still have access to the balcony, and they come fully furnished the balcony, so you can actually sit outside of your room during this nice weather and hang out with your friends as well as roommates. Saints Hall, which is our brand new facility, is what we consider to be suite style. So you share a room with someone else, and then the bathroom with two other students. So Jack and Jill style. So it's quad or suite, however you want to look at it. And it's our brand new facility, but they also have the opportunity to double occupancy, which it means you'll share a room with someone else and then the bathroom with that one person only. Moving forward, we do have over 100 clubs and organizations within our institution. Some of them include academic clubs, sports, cultural, social awareness, as well as spiritual life clubs. Cool part is if they don't have a club that you want to participate or be engaged in, you can always create your own. And after a year, they'll actually start funding your club. Therefore, you can create more events and more, and being able to participate and give out more to the students. We do have over 3,000 events on campus, free of charge. So there's no additional payment when you are going to participate in any of the events on campus. And the vast majority of them come with free food, free giveaways, as well as free t-shirts. I tell all the students, whenever you guys are going on campus, do not bring your whole wardrobe, as it is subject to change fairly rapidly. I've seen students come in with 1 or 2 suitcases and leave with 3 to 4 suitcases, just due to the fact that they receive a lot of t-shirts and a lot of free giveaways from our institution. So keep that in mind whenever you guys are interested or moving on to campus. We're NCAA Division II, part of the Great Lakes Valley Conference. We're located in St. Louis, Missouri again, so we'll travel as far north as Chicago and then as far south as Springfield, Missouri, and from east to west, we'll go to Louisville, Kentucky, all the way up to Kansas City, Missouri, which, if you put it in perspective, is a little bit over 4-hour radio from St. Louis, actually. And for men's team, we have baseball, basketball, cross country, golf, lacrosse, soccer, swimming and diving, tennis, track and field, as well as wrestling. We also have women's sports, and those women's sports include basketball, bowling, cross country, golf, lacrosse, soccer, softball, swimming and diving, as well as tennis, track and field, and volleyball. We also have club and intramural sports. Some of those clubs include esports, ice hockey, cheer, dance, and we also have mascot, which is also an opportunity for a scholarship. Not to say that, you know, you have to be a varsity level athlete to receive scholarship. Some of the club and intramural teams also receive some participation scholarships. So keep that in mind if you're not interested in competing in the varsity level and you still want to receive some financial aid money regarding club sports, you can do that as well. Talk about outcomes, which is probably the most important part and why students go to college, right? So 97% of the students who graduate from our institution are either enrolled back in grad school, full-time, part-time job within 6 months of graduating. But it's not to say that the other 3 to 4% are not doing anything. They just don't fall in the 6 months where we parameter survey our students. So how we manage to have our career success rate so high, we have developed some partnerships with some businesses, organizations, as well as corporations throughout not only the United States, but nationwide. Rawlings, which is the baseball company, is actually headquartered in our campus. It is maybe 100 meters away from our campus, and they actually sponsor our business program. We are Apple Distinguished School, as well as the St. Louis Cardinal. I know you guys might be fans of Cincinnati Reds or, you know, Cleveland or what have you. But we do have the Cardinals in St. Louis, and they actually set apart internships for our institution every year. So all these companies and corporations set aside internships, whether it be a summer internship, semester internship, or year-long internship for our students to actually apply for, meaning Maryville internships. With that said, they also have a partnership with some of these organizations that our Career Center has developed throughout the years that allowed our students to actually apply to the jobs before they actually are posted in their website. So we get a certain numbers of jobs that will be sent over to our Career Center, and they'll be posted on our job board in our website for our students to be able to apply prior to the general public, which is also super great and efficient for our students to give them an edge to find a job right when they graduate. Talk about probably the most important part, which is the Maryville investment. We are a private institution, so the academic year budget is $24,000 and $766. This year, we actually did a 5% tuition reduction, so we reduced our tuition by 5%. So the new undergrad full tuition price is $24,766, and since we're private, that's anything from 12 credits all the way up to 18 credits. So you can maximize or minimize however you want to. With that said, we have what is called a fee, or formerly known or most commonly known by the one fee. It's $2,400 a year or $1,200 a semester, however you want to look at it. It includes all your books, lab materials, fitness facilities, campus activities, technology fee, cap and gown whenever you graduate, health and wellness, all the campus events again, technology. It also allows you to be able to participate freely, and you don't have to pay anything additional per credit hour fee-wise. If you want to take an online class, there's no additional online technology fee. If you want to take a lab class, you do not have to buy any of the lab materials. If you want to take an educational class, you don't have to pay the additional educational subcharges for it. As well as we have a Maryville cloud that has over 60 apps that otherwise you will pay for in the app store. So you'll be able to download all your apps that you need for your actual classes without paying additionally, which is also super nice. We award based on Mouton Hall for room and board options, which is where majority of our students tend to live, incoming freshman wise. And then we award based on the lowest meal plan. So ours is a la carte and it's $2,500. So it works like a declining balance. So let's say, for example, I buy a burger with fries and it's $5.50 and it's my first purchase on a meal plan. I'll just get $5.50 deducted from the $2,500. We always tell students to get the lowest meal plan as it rolls over from December to January, but it doesn't roll over from May to August. With that said, let's say, for example, I have 2 weeks left of school and I maybe have $20 left. I can always add money to it. I can always add $200 to get me by for the rest of the 2 weeks, or if I don't eat a whole lot, I can add whatever I need to add to the meal plan, or I can just pay cash, credit, or debit however I want to, or however I choose to. But with that said, if you order or purchase the bigger meal plan and there's 2 weeks left of school and you have $700 left, for example, you must spend that because it will not roll over for the next year and you will not get it credited. So you'll probably buy a whole lot of boxes of chips, sodas, as well as Gatorades in order to go through your meal plan. But with that said, the grand total comes to $37,466. Of course, room and board options may vary the price. So depending on where you choose and what meal plan you choose to live with, it will subject to change the price of our room and board options, tuition completion. All right. But with that said, let's talk about the most important part, which is actually scholarship opportunities. So we're test optional, so you're not required to submit the test scores if you don't want to. As long as you meet 1 of the 2 criteria, you'll automatically receive the scholarship. So if you have a 3.5 or above, you'll automatically receive $14,000 off tuition and fees. Or if you have a 27-1290 on your test scores, you'll actually receive $14,000 as well. With that said, they drop 0.5 in the GPA scale, being the second largest scholarship. What we offer is the Big Red, and it's with a 3.0, you're eligible for $11,000 off tuition and fees, or 24 or 1180 on your test score will automatically grant you as well $11,000. Our bare minimum admissions requirement is a 2.5, and that automatically awards you $9,000, or 22, 1110 on your test score. But with that said, let's say, for example, I am a student, since we do not require test scores to be submitted. So let's say, for example, I'm a student and I have a 3.4 GPA, but I do have a 27-1290 on my test score. That's when I should submit my test scores to the university. Therefore, I will gain $3,000 annually, which is a difference of $12,000 throughout the 4 years. So I strongly recommend, if you do not meet the general criteria for each of the scholarship, but you meet one or the other, just make sure you submit the proper paperwork in order for us to award you the higher scholarship. With that said, We have a wide range of competitive scholarships. So we have the presidential, which is full tuition, full room and board. For the competitive scholarships, we typically have 2 weekends, usually in the month of January, where our students will come on campus and they do a range of quote unquote competitions and quote unquote interview. It's more of a conversation. So you will meet with someone who has been previously awarded the scholarship, or a student who has been previously awarded the scholarship, and a faculty or a staff, and just go over what you put in the resume portion of the application. So presidential, full tuition, full room and board, minimum requirements to complete is 3.75 or 27,1290 on your test score. And then we also have the trustee, which is full tuition. And then their minimum requirements to complete or compete is 3.75 and 27,1290 on your test scores as well. And then we also have a range of close to 36 different multicultural scholarships. So we do have a multicultural scholars program in our campus, and it's for students who are demonstrated, a solid high school academic preparation, as well as exceptional leadership, and continue to actively contribute in the inclusion on campus and our culture at Maryville. So if you're interested in that, the only thing you must do is that whenever you're submitting our application, that put that you're interested in the multicultural scholars program. Therefore, you'll be eligible to be extended and invite to come and compete. We award a couple more St. Louis native scholarships multicultural wise, and then we have the Mark Lombardi scholarship, which is full or 50% tuition. And that's another part of the Multicultural Scholars Program. So you just click that you're interested in competing for the Multicultural Scholars Program. A couple more external St. Louis greater area external donors. And then we also have the Design and Visual Arts Scholarship, which is anything from $500 all the way up to $5,000 annually. The only thing you must do is submit a portfolio for review, and then they'll award how the School of Design and Visual Art actually awards a scholarship to the students. First Robotic. So if you participate in First Robotic, we just ask that you submit your participation completion to us, and then we'll be able to participate and compete for the First Robotic Scholarship. And we also have Army ROTC in our campus, which those may vary, and we always tell students to go army.com in order to gain more information about those scholarships. So how to apply, fairly simple. We actually took the essay portion away from our application, as we noticed it was like the #1 deterrent from our students completing and submitting their application. But with that said, you can always go to maryville.edu/apply. It will take you nothing but 15 minutes. You can actually complete it from your phone, or if you are completing the Common App, we're also in the Common App as well as the Coalition. So once you complete the application process, just make sure that you request your high school transcripts from your high school counselor, high school registrar, in order to complete your application. Some programs may have additional requirements that can be found in our website as well. And if you guys do not have any questions, I'll turn it back to Strike Scan, and he'll be able to tell you guys about next steps.
All right. Here we go. Let me share my screen again. All right. I just want to say thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. Also, this is just one of the many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at oacac.org. Check out all the colleges out there. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as other sessions recordings at oacac.org. Thank you for tuning into the Maryville University webinar, and I hope you all have a great rest of your night.